Flight 914 requesting to land in Miami, Florida. The plane landed safely, however, after realizing what year it was, the captain still in shock.
How did Pan Am Flight 914 end up 37 years into the future in the summer of 1955?
On July 2nd, 1955, Pan Am Flight 914, with 57 passengers and 6 crew members, departed from New York City en route to Miami. However, the flight never arrived at its destination.
Have you ever thought about time traveling? Well, a couple of passengers and crew members on a flight got the chance to travel through time. They traveled 37 years into the future. In this video, we will talk about a mysterious case of Pan Am Flight 914, a plane that flew into the future. The case of Pan Am Flight 914 has driven historians and skeptics crazy for years after years. It all started on July 2nd, 1955, when the flight was scheduled to take off on an airport in New York. It was a normal day with clear skies and everything needed for a successful flight. As far as everyone knew, it was supposed to be a routine trip to Miami. But it all went wrong. Just a few minutes after takeoff, something mysterious happened that changed lives and history forever. The Pan Am Flight 914 vanished. Not long after the aircraft took off from the airport in New York, the controller and the radar lost the signal of Pan Am Flight 914. And just like that, the 9,000-pound plane disappeared from everyone's radar, as if it never existed. The officials immediately got into action, searching far and wide for evidence that could suggest whatever happened to the plane and all its passengers. Unfortunately, there was no trace of the plane being crashed or the bodies of the passengers. After some investigations, the authority claimed that the plane had crashed into sea and the passengers and crew must have died. The airline compensated the families of the victims. As far as everybody knew, 61 people disappeared from the surface of the earth without a trace. And it seemed like that was the end of the case. But 37 years later, May 21st, 1992, on a sunny day in Caracas, Venezuela, everything was normal until they noticed a plane trying to get permission to land in Caracas Airport, Venezuela. The air traffic controller, Juan de la Corte, was the first to spot the plane. When they asked for information about the flight, the pilot replied, "We are Pan Am Flight 914 from New York to Miami with a crew of 4 and 57 passengers." Everyone was shocked. After the flight landed, it looked a lot older than usual flights. While the plane landed up on the runway, the pilot said nonchalantly, "We are scheduled to land in Miami on July 2nd, 1955. Juan quickly pointed out to the pilot that he had landed in Caracas and it was actually May 21st, 1992. As soon as the pilot heard this, he went into panic mode. Juan could hear the crew and the passengers screaming through the radio. so he ordered a team of security guards to escort the passengers out of the plane. But as soon as the guards got close to the plane, the pilot screamed, "No, do not get near. We are leaving now," and took off again, disappearing into thin air. The plane again disappeared from the radar. But this time, the airport sent 3 jets to track down Pan Am Flight 914. But they couldn't find it. It was the same plane that disappeared 37 years ago. After some interrogations, the airport let the crews and the passengers go home to their families. And that's when the already strange situation got even more bizarre. The passengers and crew looked exactly the same as 37 years before. They did not age. Well, the rest of their family aged 37 years, but they didn't even age a day. And it stayed as an unsolved mystery. The story of Pan Am Flight 914 may never have a definitive answer, but perhaps that's part of its charm. It allows us to believe in the impossible, to entertain the idea that time travel or hidden dimensions might exist. What do you believe happened? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going.